Tutoring is one of the easiest and most profound ways an adult can make a difference in a young person's life. Since 1985, Inspired Youth has been enriching the academic lives of students in Chicago's Uptown, Edgewater, and Rogers Park neighborhoods. They were a recent recipient of a grant from the United Methodist Foundation. For a first-hand look at the tutoring process and the tutor-student relationship, let's welcome Megan Ford and Dan Hutchins. Both are longtime tutors and members of Inspired Youth's Board of Directors. We also welcome David Cruz, Dan's student and a fourth grader at Gowdy Elementary School. You two are both tutors and members of the Board of Directors. How'd you get involved? How'd you get started tutoring?
So I went to Loyola University of Chicago, and so the service mission is very much ingrained in our academic careers. And so once I graduated, I was looking for a way to continue to give back and found Inspired Youth. It's wonderful. They have Monday evening tutors, so I could still work and then give back, and it's close to my neighborhood right in Uptown. So I was tutoring for 2 or 3 years before joining the board, and I've been a board member for the past 2.5 to 3 years.
Awesome.
And I was a mentor and coach earlier in different areas, and a man I worked with who lived in my city had been a longtime tutor at Inspired Youth. He had suggested I look at the program, and so several years ago I started to tutor in the Thursday afternoon classes and met David shortly thereafter.
Wonderful. How do you get paired with students?
Miss Beth is our director, our fearless leader, and she's kind of a wizard when it comes to pairing the students. She knows every family really on a personal level. She'll meet with them and is able to kind of receive their grades or just know what areas they need work in. And then we all fill out an application with our strengths, what we do professionally or what we did in school, where we kind of feel like we could help. Sometimes once you get into high school math, it can be tricky if you've been out of it. So she knows our strengths and then would pair us with students that have a similar need.
So David, how did you get involved in this program?
So my uncle used to go there, and that's what got me into it.
Well, that's always a great, having a person-to-person recommendation of a program speaks highly of existing programs.
It does. We actually have a board member who was part of the program back when he was in school, went on through, got his undergraduate, master's degree, and came back into tutor and is a part of the board, which is great. We have a lot of families who grow up and send their kids and continue to grow.
David, what's Dan like in the tutoring session?
He's nice. He helps a lot. And the thing that I like about him is that when we go to tutoring, there's always 3 students, but one of them doesn't go that often. So it's mostly me and another girl. And when he tutors, he tries to tutor both of us, and he works really hard.
Well, that's nice.
Well, thank you for saying it. And we try to balance it there. We work on homework they have from Gowdy. We have also additional work that we provide as time allows, and we do different things there. And we try to do some fun, sort of impromptu other learning games and things to make it more interesting every day. But the kids are great, and so it's really, for us, it's really fun. And I think it's a real credit to the students and their families because they're in school all day. It's an after-school program. It's another hour and a half that they have to spend concentrating and working when a lot of their friends are out goofing around. And so, I think it's really it's great for the families who send their children on a regular basis, like David.
So you said it's fun, and I know both of you have been involved for a while. Can you talk a little bit more about why you keep coming back, about why you're willing to put in the time and effort of being there regularly with kids?
For me, what I am really inspired to, what made me want to join the board, is The Uptown community is small, it's growing, and I feel like with this program you can really make an impact. We operate on a really small budget. I mean, Miss Beth has very limited resources and is kind of a one-woman show and is able to touch the lives of the students, help them grow. I mean, even some of the ones who might not want to be there continue to come. Their parents continue to bring them. So I think it's just like a testament to the passion people feel in the program and how much of a difference it can make.
I think I feel much the same. I mean, I think it's, you know, my children are grown and married, and, you know, you still want to provide that sense of learning and an opportunity if you can. And a program like this it's really great because the kids are super bright and they're fun to be with, but, you know, you just try to expose them to as much as you can. And, you know, we were certainly lucky in the educations that we received, and any little bit we can pass on, it's just you know, it does as much good for us as it does for any of the students. And so it's really, it's kind of, it's addictive once you start to do it. You feel bad if you're going to miss, and, you know, if anything gets in the way of that, you regret that. So, you know, it's just, the kids are easy to be with, and it's a good feeling just to give back, and you know, it's just fun.
Fantastic. David, I know you said that Dan's nice and that he tries really hard and he helps you with academic schoolwork. Is there anything else that he's helped you with?
When he helps me, he helps us with our math homework. And if we have a different type of homework, he also helps us with that.
So mostly homework.
Yeah.
In my experience, I had a student 2 years ago who was looking into where she was going to go to high school, which in Chicago can be a very big selection of high school. And so we would talk sometimes about overwhelming, really, and just talk about the high school options and even what kind of job options might be available, what could be next, just thinking outside of the box, because I feel like the future and careers are so much more diverse than they ever have been, and what David would do probably doesn't even exist right now, you know, so it's an exciting opportunity, and we allow for space for that. We also have conflict resolution, which we'll do 2 times a year, just to kind of talk through some of the harder parts of being a young adult and some things they might see in their community or in the classroom.
Absolutely. So, David, what do you want to do when you grow up?
When I grow up, I want to be an artist and a barber, and I chose those things because I'm really good at drawing. I don't know what got me into drawing, but drawing just seemed fun for me. So I got into it, and the more I did it, the more fun it was. And the reason I want to be a barber is because my uncle is a barber, and when he cuts my hairs, I like the designs that he does, or like the way he cuts it. And with the drawing skills that I have, I can probably do designs.
And you've got a design in your hair right now.
Yes.
I like it. Looks great.
It's great.
How can people get involved if they want to start tutoring?
Yeah, so we actually have tutoring sessions Monday evenings, Wednesday and Thursday afternoons, and then Saturday. So there's a lot of opportunities to tutor. We also, even if maybe tutoring's not your cup of tea, we have a course that is done at Epworth Church, part of the Inspired Youth program, as well as a summer piano program. So students will get keyboards and they learn a few things. They have a concert at the end of the summer. So lots of ways to get involved.
So those are some unique additions to the program. Is there anything else that's unique about this program that you would want to share?
Yeah, so I do think, going back to Miss Beth, we try to look at a holistic thing. So there'll be a lot of opportunities. Sometimes we'll take the students on field trips to go to just local Chicago things, or within the community we'll go to various craft fairs. We'll have like a Halloween night. We have a family night for all the students where they learn a poem and they'll say it. We'll have pizza, and it's a really nice time because all of the families come, the students will come, get to mingle a little bit in a less professional setting.
Fantastic. Well, thank you, Megan, Dan, and David. This is Liz Dunn for Different Drummers and the Greater Chicago Broadcast Ministries. Keep the faith.